Monaco, a kingdom of speed, a city of elegance. And in 2025, the streets became the stage for one of the most unpredictable, breathtaking races in Formula One history. What started under bright Mediterranean skies ended in tire smoke, broken hearts, and history rewritten. One wrong move, one bold strategy, and legends were made, or shattered. This isn't just a race recap, this is the story of risk, redemption, and the razor-thin line between glory and disaster. Intro, the build-up to Monaco 2025. Coming into Monaco, the tension in the paddock was electric. Championship standings were tighter than ever. Verstappen, Leclerc, and Russell were all within striking distance, each knowing that one mistake in Monaco could derail an entire season. The streets of Monte Carlo are unforgiving. Narrow corners, blind apexes, and zero margin for error. Here, even the slightest misjudgment spells disaster. And then came qualifying. Chapter 1, the most explosive qualifying in years. Saturday was chaos. Rain threatened but never came, leaving teams stuck between dry and intermediate setups. McLaren shocked everyone. Lando Norris delivered a blistering lap, grabbing provisional pole with minutes to go. But the crowd erupted when Charles Leclerc, Monaco's homegrown hero, found an extra tenth in the final sector to snatch pole at the very last second. Verstappen, meanwhile, made a rare unforced error, grazing the wall at Portier and compromising his lap. He would start fifth. Advantage, Ferrari. But in Monaco, starting first means nothing, unless you can keep it. Chapter 2, Lights Out. The start that changed everything. As the lights went out, Leclerc got away clean. The Tifosi roared from yachts and balconies. Behind him, chaos. Verstappen made a bold dive down the inside of Turn 1, squeezing past Hamilton in a move that left carbon fiber flying. Further back, a first-lap collision between Sainz and Oscar Piastri brought out the virtual safety car. The field bunched up. Tire strategies shifted. Suddenly, everyone was on edge. Monaco had begun its unpredictable dance. Chapter 3, Strategy Wars in Tight Quarters. By lap 20, tire degradation was becoming critical. Red Bull gambled early, calling Verstappen in for a daring undercut. Ferrari hesitated. Mercedes didn't. George Russell came in one lap after Verstappen and rejoined ahead of him by millimeters. That triggered a domino effect. McLaren, Aston Martin, Alpine, all reacting like chess pieces under pressure. Meanwhile, up front, Leclerc stayed out, nursing his tires while fending off a charging Norris who had found serious pace and clean air. Every pit stop mattered. Every second in the box could mean losing 3 positions. And in Monaco, track position is everything. Chapter 4, the mid-race twist. Rain in the Riviera. Then, the clouds darkened. With 30 laps to go, rain began falling over the Casino Square section. Teams scrambled. Intermediates? Stick with slicks? Aston Martin took the leap, putting Alonso on intermediates. It looked brilliant for 5 laps, until the rain stopped. The track dried quickly. Alonso dropped 5 positions in 6 laps. Meanwhile, Verstappen's engineer urged caution. Box, stand by, came the call. But Max stayed out. His gamble paid off. He gained 2 positions and found himself right behind Russell and Leclerc. 3 drivers, 3 strategies, 1 Monaco crown. Chapter 5, the incident that froze the race. Just as things reached boiling point, disaster struck. Esteban Ocon, trying to overtake Lance Stroll in the tunnel, clipped the inside wall. The impact was brutal. His Alpine slammed sideways into the barriers blocking part of the track. A full safety car was deployed. The field compressed. Leclerc lost his gap. Norris was right on his tail. Verstappen smelled blood. And from the pit wall, total silence. This was now anyone's race. Chapter 6, the restart, pure madness. When the safety car pulled in, Leclerc led the pack into turn 1, but behind him, Verstappen launched. He slipped past Norris into turn 3 with a daring move that left the crowd breathless. Just 2 laps later, George Russell, defending second, locked up into the chicane. Verstappen dove down the inside, touching wheels, squeezing through like a man possessed. Now it was Charles versus Max, Monaco versus Mayhem, the home hero against the reigning champion. For 10 laps, they battled. Lap after lap of flawless precision, Leclerc's defense versus Verstappen's relentless pressure. Chapter 7. The final 5 laps, a battle for the ages. The tires were gone, the fuel loads were low, and the nerves frayed beyond belief. Every corner became a test of courage. Verstappen was faster, but couldn't find a way through. Leclerc, running on sheer willpower, drove the race of his life, placing his car perfectly, lap after lap. On the penultimate lap, Verstappen launched one final attack through the swimming pool section, so close he nearly kissed Leclerc's diffuser. But he couldn't do it. As the crowd rose to their feet, Charles Leclerc crossed the line first. The Prince of Monaco had finally become its king. Chapter 8. Behind the scenes. Reactions from the paddock. The Ferrari garage erupted. Tears flowed freely, not just from Leclerc, but from the mechanics who'd supported him through every heartbreak in Monaco before this. "This one means everything," Leclerc told reporters. "I could hear the city cheering. I knew I couldn't lose this one." Verstappen was gracious in defeat. "I gave it everything, but Charles, he earned it." Lando Norris finished third, a silent assassin who quietly reminded everyone of McLaren's revival. And George Russell, though bitterly disappointed, held his head high, knowing he'd been part of one of the greatest Monaco battles in F1 memory. Chapter 9. Monaco's legacy, what this race meant for the season. This race didn't just shift the championship standings. It changed the momentum. Ferrari is back. Leclerc is reborn. And suddenly, the title fight is more alive than ever. Red Bull, once dominant, has found cracks in its armor. Mercedes, still consistent. McLaren, hungrier than ever. But it's Monaco. That reminded us all why we love Formula One. Because anything can happen. Strategy, skill, and sheer determination all collided on one of the most iconic tracks in racing history. Chapter 10. Moments that defined the race. Leclerc's perfect qualifying lap under pressure, Verstappen's daring double overtakes, the rain, the safety car, the crash, Russell's heartbreak, the deafening roar as Leclerc crossed the line. These weren't just moments, they were memories etched into Formula One legend. Chapter 11. Looking ahead, the championship just got real. As the circus moves on from Monaco, the title battle is far from over. Leclerc has momentum, but Verstappen is still lethal. McLaren and Mercedes smell opportunity. Aston Martin too remains dangerous in strategy. Monaco was a turning point, the kind of race that defines legacies, the kind of victory that breaks narratives and builds icons. If 2025 has more races like this, buckle up. We're in for a historic season. Outro, leave them breathless. Monaco 2025 wasn't just a Grand Prix, it was a masterpiece. The elegance of the Riviera. The roar of engines echoing off palace walls. The sweat, the risk, the resilience. Leclerc stood on the podium, finally victorious at home. The fans, in tears. The sport, alive and thriving. This is why we watch. This is why we believe. And as the sun set over Monte Carlo, one truth rang clear. In Formula One, legends aren't born in comfort, they're forged in chaos.